All right, and we're underway. Oh, look at that. Alkis on the beach again. Damn it.
Hi,
I want to
Avi.
go.
Good morning.
You're always on the beach. I love it.
What a life.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, Raf, got to get a sailboat. Set sail. Go to the Mediterranean. Sail the Greek islands. It's the best thing you can do in July. Because look at the
You're
screen.
always welcome. Avi, you should come for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. I think I'm gonna plan it that way. 2 months of the year, just forget about trading. July and August. Look at this chart here, guys. The SPY. I mean, what a disaster. Even without levels, I mean, look at this 30-minute chart. You want to touch this thing? Oof. Want to blow up an account? Today's the day. And put levels on it, and there's no room to make money even with that. So there's two things. I only have two indicators, and both of them are telling me just start happy hour right now. This is just, oh my god. ARF levels are narrow this week on all the stocks that you watch. Yeah, yeah. There's just no work to be done by the market makers. They're all with Alkis on the beach in Greece in a sailboat.
They're
But
hanging out
anyway,
with Office.
yeah, he's got the right idea. He always shows up at the right time when he really trades, and then when he doesn't trade, it's always he always picks the right moments. I don't know how he does it. It's great.
We're doing something wrong, Alfie.
Yeah, man, we need more beach and barbecue, and less of
That's
these
next week.
candlesticks. Yep. Anyways, guys, so I will not be trading today. There's no opportunity for my style of trading. But we're here, we're live. If there's anything you'll want to discuss, let me know. We'll discuss it. We'll do this session for about an hour into the open, and then we'll see.
Avi, what are your thoughts on semiconductors for today? I mean, mostly SMCI, NVIDIA, and AMD.
Mhm. Well, just looking at the candlestick chart, the pre-market's pretty tight. What's interesting is let's just go in manual levels. You see this big consolidation that was recent. So you got a resistance area there. You had the breakout. It's right back to where it broke out from. I'm beginning to think on this bigger perspective, this could be just a retest of that breakout that happened earlier. Also, on a smaller perspective, just zooming in, it's a pretty tight pre-market zone. So just a breakout from this consolidation. So both perspectives tell me there's a potential long through, call it pre-market high, which should be right about there. If you find a good consolidation on a 1 minute chart, a breakout retest, off you go. You scalp this thing towards yesterday's high if it's really strong. You have resistance there yesterday and then yesterday's high. So two places and overnight. So a few places to worry about. But overall, this is much cleaner and better than the SPY. Still not ideal, but it's there. Yeah, 30 minutes.
Definitely.
Yep. Scalping, all scalping. Once again, you guys are loving the scalping stuff. All right. So, anyone got anything you want to discuss? Please let me know. You can type it in the chat or just take the mic over. We have about 10 minutes to the open. Once again, I will not be trading today. There's no setup for me. So happy to help out with whatever you want to discuss. Saban, you're looking at Microsoft. What do we have here? Very positive yesterday, positive overnight and higher lows. Breakthrough yesterday's range would be very interesting. So yesterday's high, let's call it that. Oops. Again, this style of trading where you're manually finding levels on a 30-minute chart, this is exactly how I used to trade just previously, as in just before. Well, just previously, no. I talk about probably late 2023. I used to trade like this. Then I went into more of those automatic levels, which were previous days highs and lows, and then I came into the Avi stuff. But so this is it all works. I just prefer the Avi stuff because the only problem I have with manual levels is you can get subjective based on your mood. So I prefer just to have levels that I don't have the freedom to move, and that way, it's just what it is. So, you don't get susceptible to your mood swings. So Microsoft, yeah, breakthrough yesterday's high is a decent potential. Let it get up there, consolidate below, and really set up for a good, strong one. Why Microsoft? What's the big deal today? Look at the daily chart. Yeah, there's an absolute high over there. And so you may want to think about that. So this is interesting. You have a positive move and then a consolidation, basically a cup. It hasn't put in the handle, but a day trading perspective, a little breakthrough yesterday's high up until that high of a few days ago. That really a good high. And then another consolidation for another breakout. That could all happen today. It could, or it could not. I don't know. But I wouldn't play with it below yesterday's high, looking at a daily chart. This is a really interesting hammer, huh? You can see bullish move, consolidation, during consolidation, a long tail hammer with room to the left, and the tail is more than 3 times as big as the body. Swing trading perspective, you'd have entered yesterday right at the open, put your stop below at about 500, and then just hold it for a few months if you believe in whatever earnings and stuff are coming out. So, yeah, it's a good setup there. Something to look at today, huh? Good catch. Who's that? Saban. Got it. Reza, you want Tesla? Tesla. Are they still selling electric cars? Are people still buying it is the question. Oh, this is fun. All right, it's a pretty obvious one. I'm going to just leave it like this. We have a few minutes to the open. Just let's look at it from here. I think this will be fun. There. All right. This perspective here. Who sees what? Real quick. Candlestick pattern-wise on this Tesla chart that I've got open. Anyone?
Is that a double bottom?
Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Rachel. You got it. Nailed it. It is a near perfect double bottom as far as price action is concerned, because there was a firm move down, bearish move, bearish trend. You have a low here. You have a nice little arch and the second low here, which is higher than the previous low, right? Very good looking double bottom. This first bullish candle after the bottom, that confirms a double bottom. As soon as the next candle makes a new high, that's your entry long there. Your stop is below the double bottom and you're in this thing. If you're able to get into it overnight, I mean, this is a near perfect setup. So this is the kind of setup, if I see this on a 30-minute chart on the SPY, I'll be just, oh man, go long and go for like 10 million bucks on this sort of thing. So I like the double bottom setup. It's complete. And what's interesting here is you even have the middle of the double bottom right about here, where it seems like it's pre-market support area. Let's put a level there. So that's where the support is. If it continues to hold over there, I'd say there's a long in that. And then you're going through into this zone of resistance or of trouble. So that's kind of where you think about taking it off, de-risking it below 315. And then if it breaks through that zone again, you have, you continue up. But just being able to identify a setup, this is exactly what you want. Just look at this, straight down, double bottom as described, perfect out, and with room to the left. There's nothing to look at, right? Now, the only thing, let's remove this line. When I see something like this, I want the double bottom to happen at a level that I believe in, so a bigger picture level. So if we're playing off the 30-minute chart, let's go to a bigger picture. Let's go to a daily. And let's see what we can find. If we were picking levels on the daily, you have, this is an obvious one. Look at that. Oh, sorry. Where it is right now. You have that gap. You have that other gap. And this is the whole gap. Oops. Where'd it go? Okay. The chart sucks. All right. There's the gap right there. So that's a pretty good one. Pretty good to use. What else do we have further down? I mean, this is far from the price action. Not worth looking at. That's further down. It's an obvious level right there. Well, I can even see a double bottom here, but it's not a clean one. That's an obvious dramatic level. Resistance, then consolidation, breakout, bounce off. So this is obvious, but it's so far away from where the price is today. That makes sense. And, well, if you're just using previous day's highs and lows, you have that. Those are obvious. I'm trying to see if there's anything worthwhile here. You have these three indecision candles. You have this one. Look at this. Up here and then gap down into this. But very difficult to find a specific level off of these three candles. It's a tricky zone. So anyways, those levels make sense. So now if you're seeing a double bottom on a 30-minute chart, you want it to be on a level you trust. I've just picked off a few levels off the daily. Let's see. Again, these are all subjective levels, right? 30-minute. Oh, and there you go. The double bottom is happening. approximately in the region of a bigger level, right? 307.12, which happens to be actually the middle of the bottom two. You see how that lines up quite nicely? There's your opportunity. I'd say about 307 to about 311, approximately, on the bullish move. So keep an eye on that. Hey, good catch. Whoever mentioned that, Tesla. That is interesting. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Oh man, today trade Tesla today.
Yeah,
If
Avi, I'm
anyone,
what?
sorry,
Sorry,
if anyone can figure out a way to take something like 4,000 or 5,000 contracts on Tesla, let me know. I'll be right into it. I'll be all over this thing. But it's just not feasible. Sorry, go ahead.
Looking at PLTR today, we can see that's got this multiple attempts to break out of this high range at, I want to say about 155-ish, 155.30.
Yep. I see it right there. You got that high right there. That's well defined. Yeah. So, it's just struggling there. It's back up there now. It's been making higher lows. That's good. If you wanted to hit that top consistently, make it a flat top, it's not done that. See, last time it got shot down. You don't know. Even though this time when it's getting up there pretty well with higher lows. But you want it to turn into a flat top, not just a peak and go. So I would struggle to go long here and really be able to hold it. Of course, scalping a breakout, sure, you can do that. You can do that anywhere. But to be convinced of something you can hold on to for a couple hours while it runs, I don't see it. It's a very, it's hard to trust. It's almost there, almost. It's just hard to trust without the flat top. That's firm.
Hey, Avi, how are you doing?
Yes.
Pierre here.
Hey, Pierre, welcome. Hey guys, everyone, welcome Pierre. You're here,
How's
buddy.
everybody doing? Good to be here.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Hi,
Pierre.
Pierre. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Fantastic. So, guys, you all know Pierre, of course. He's fantastic with the 5-minute ORBs, the kind of thing you can ask him about. You tell me about scalping, I'll say go home. But you can ask Pierre.
Exactly. Patience, that's the mindset here.
Yes. Fantastic. Thanks for coming, Pierre. All good.
No, I'm happy to be here. It looks like an amazing community you guys have here.
Yeah, it
A lot
is.
of positive energy. I like it so far.
Fantastic, man. Good stuff. So just a minute or so to the open. Alexander, you want to look at INTC? Real quick, we'll look at that. INTC looks like it's been bearish and consolidating. So breakdown possible. It's not pushing upwards, as in I don't see that the bulls bought it down here. I don't see a double bottom, any sort of reversal pattern. I don't see any of that. So if anything, I'd say a breakdown through pre-market's low makes sense on a 30-minute perspective. That's what I would say. What else? Anything else, guys? Last minute before the open. All right. So once again, as you guys know, I'm not trading today. There's no setup for me. The levels are too tight. But we'll be here live and ask your questions, and we'll look at stuff. Pierre, feel free to share your screen if you'd like. Up to you. And we'll get into it. So what do y'all want to look at? We have Tesla. That was interesting. That's the bounce level around 307. INTC, a breakdown potential. And there you go. PLTR just broke out. Already happened. Good stuff. All right, guys, 30 seconds to the open. You know the drill. The market's a gold mine. Wait for your setup. If it's not there, enjoy the weekend and come back on Monday. The market will still be here. You make sure that you're still here. And that's how you play this game. Meanwhile, we have a lovely sunset here in Dubai. Very nice. Should go outside. There we go. Things are open. And there's your PLTR already being strong. Very early. Yeah. So there's your scalp opportunity. Again, I don't think the setup is great for a breakout on a 30-minute perspective. And watch Tesla, guys. Watch Tesla. That bounce area, I think, is a potential entry around the 307 zone if it gets there. PLTR already, already very bullish. So INTC is a great big mess. You can see it, guys, on a 1 minute chart. Even on a 1 minute, it's just super choppy. I mean, just don't want to play with it in this zone. Bigger perspective, it looks good for a breakdown to the downside, but let it get there. You don't want to just short it blindly anytime it finds any seller anywhere, right? Be careful. Wait for it to get into the right place and behave the right way. And only then should you really put risk on. Ooh, PLTR. Who's catching that? 1 minute ORB stuff. Very strong at the open. Pretty much off of that level we were looking at earlier.
Yeah, what a move on PLTR. Missed it though. It's okay.
Yeah. That was a very, very tricky entry because it just shot up right away. It didn't even give you a tight 1 minute candle.
Yeah.
That set up a good 1 minute ORB. You know, you're just chasing it at that point if you enter at the open of the second candle. It's just too much risk. At that point, it's already probably far from the VWAP and various things. So there you go. INTC found some sellers, 21. Let's see what happens as it gets lower. Tesla, look at that. It already made that move. We were talking about the big double bottom on Tesla. Here you go on the 30-minute chart. Big double bottom, straight to that area of resistance that we had in mind. Basically the zone of chop, or yeah, that's there. And I think we also got this on the daily chart, right? What did we get? Yeah, that's the top of the gap over there from the 12th of May. So there you go. If you were in this, you'd be taking a lot of it off there, de-risk.
What would be the next level for Tesla?
Tesla,
you-
yeah. Let's see. So levels, now these levels, we picked them off the daily chart. So let's stick to that philosophy. Otherwise, we're going to go get all messed up. So levels on Tesla. Further up, I'm seeing the wick down here. This is interesting. See this bottom of this candle on the 3rd of July, which is the same as the bottom on the 14th of July, approximately the same on the 13th of June. That's the next level up, in my view, which is also where buyers were sitting on the 16th of July. So close to about 313 is the next zone I would look at on Tesla. 313, yeah, another dollar up, which look at that. It lines up nicely on the 30-minute chart, right? Right up near the top of the choppy zone from yesterday. And what's most interesting is if it breaks through 313, then you got some more opportunity for a move. Just looking to the left, that's all you got to do. You can see there's space on the chart, right? So for now, it's over there and it's going to struggle. Let it sit, let it struggle, let it consolidate, and then you might get the next breakout.
What did you say about the gap? Like, how do you interpret that gap on the daily chart? Like, how do you use it?
Yeah, so the gap is right here, and basically the high and low of the gap. So this was the bottom of the gap, and that's the top of the gap. So you can use those levels. Those are pretty obvious levels. They're easy to pick off, and you can trust them. They're usually pretty powerful when it comes to day trading. So you can see even Tesla right now, the resistance so far, just in these first few minutes, is at the bottom. Sorry, at the top of that gap on the 12th of May, right there. So you can just use those points, and those are easy to pick off because they're not subjective. They sit on the chart. You just pick the gap. You can't move those levels around, which makes it easier because if you get a mood swing, you have a few losses, then you want to get into a trade, then you can put a level wherever you want on a chart. And it gets messy. So that's what we were talking about earlier. I prefer levels where they're pretty automatic. There's no room for a gray area. It's black and white. It has to be there. It's just the top and bottom of the gap. Simple enough. So I prefer these kinds of levels. It keeps the human emotions out of the picture a little bit. Yeah. Here we go. Looks like now it's getting into that choppy zone from yesterday's pre-market activity. Yep, there you go. There's that breakout. Oh, look at that. Put in that hammer. There's your indication. Long tail hammer, room to the left during the consolidation. Not too bad. It's into the breakout now. 5-minute ORB for you guys, whoever likes this sort of thing. And in my view, just about 313 is a troublesome zone. So, Jit, you got the 1-minute ORB on PLTR. Nice. Where did it end up going? Yeah, there you go. Consolidating. Look at that. PLTR consolidating. There you go. New high. This is not your reversal. This one looks like it wants to go. You see the higher lows? If it was going to reverse, it would have gone down by now. The sellers would have been sitting at 159 and pushed it way down. So
160 is the big order. Bookmap.
nice. Okay, there you go. There you go. Wait and watch. Get ready for that second leg. It's likely to happen. No guarantees in the market, of course, but price action is very indicative. And look at that. INTC got to that bottom, that breakdown zone. Didn't go yet. Turns out there's buyers still down there. Look, they pushed it all halfway up again. So keep an eye on that. Cool. What else is good today? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'll show you why I'm not trading today. These are my levels on the SPY, and you can just see it's within a single candle. It can just run through these levels. The levels are just too tight, no room to make money. So I'm not interested. That's the whole point. The level's just too tight, as every day. Yeah, Alkis, go ahead.
I got a question. So, would you consider waiting for the consolidation and on Tesla for around 312, 313, and then after the consolidation, the breakout, and then do the entry?
Yeah, I'd wait for it. But here's another thing you want to think about that to be very careful of. On a 1-minute chart perspective, it's already done one leg up. It's consolidated. And if it gets to 313, that would be the second leg. After that, you're planning for a third leg, all within the opening momentum time. That's a bit dangerous. I'd suggest after the second leg, don't put risk on the third leg. If you're already in it, fine. You can maybe add and keep your risk at break even, so no risk on. Because third legs, you see it all the time. They struggle. So at least for now, the way it's behaved so far, let it be. You have the 313 zone. I think it's probably going to at least touch it at some point. But I would not plan for more than that. Not yet, at least. I have a question for you.
Thank you, Avi. Thank you.
I have a question for you. How's the weather out there in Greece on the beach?
The weather is amazing. Actually, in the islands is around 30 degrees, whereas in Athens right now it's around 40 degrees. So it's pretty, very hot.
Nice. Nice. Yep, I remember I spent last summer out there. Very nice.
You need to come back. I will wait, Avi. Next time we'll plan it accordingly together. So I can show you around for sure.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. It's 50 degrees Celsius here. And I was gonna go out on the motorcycle an hour ago, and I was like, yeah, forget it. It's just not comfortable. There's no point. Cool, man. We'll do it. All right. What else do we got here? Oh, look at that. PLTR did find a seller. That's interesting. Do we have a level there? We didn't even look for levels, did we? PLTR, is it all-time high? Yeah. No levels to work with, huh? Further up, looking to the left. Let's see. What can we work with here on PLTR?
It's an all-time high, Avi.
Yeah, all-time high. So there's nothing to look at on the left. That's interesting. But looking at just purely candlestick patterns, and you guys know this, we can do a little quiz stuff. This thing pushed up firmly and consolidated. And so far, it looks like it's going down. Do you guys see a setup here? Let's just imagine we had a bigger picture level around this zone, around 159. Do you see a setup here where you would be able to enter this reversal? Anybody? Based on candlestick patterns. Just based on what's on my screen here. No, you guys are all lost. You don't pay attention to the webinars? What the hell? Nobody? I'm going to stop doing this.
Is it going by the reverse hammer and then the new low for reversal?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, Rachel, you're in the game today. Awesome. Yeah.
Woohoo! 2 for 2. I've been listening hard.
Yes, you have. You're the only one here who's actually been paying attention.
I
Oh my
try,
God.
Avi. I always listen when you talk or teach.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Rest of you guys, you got an example to follow here, okay? Pay attention. Yeah, exactly. This is it. So it's a near perfect pattern as far as naked candlesticks are concerned, because what you have is a firm direction and then a consolidation. So small candles, then I put in a long tail hammer where the tail is more than 3 times as big as the body, small body. The close and the low are in the same place, and the top of that tail has room to the left. Everything's aligned. And imagine you had it at a firm level you believe in. You have all this in place. This is a firm reversal setup. The new low is the entry, the new low off of the reversal hammer candle, and your stop is above it, and you're in it. When I see this on a 30-minute chart, again, I jump right into it on the SPY. The only thing here is you don't actually have this 159 zone. It's just not there. So the fun in this would have been, anyways, this is for you guys to know about reversal and these hammers that I like to look for. Again, I'd always look for it on a bigger picture. The reality of it, though, is it's been super strong, right? And just found sellers. And I wouldn't short it just because, firstly, it's not on 30-minute chart. Secondly, it's not happening at a major level. There's no level there. But this is the setup. Pure candlestick pattern, that's where it is.
There's a massive volume on the call option sitting at 160 and 162.5 today. Creation.
Ooh, nice. Options, open interest, and even Sujit was saying 160 also has a big order on the order book. So 160, big number for PLTR today. If you're getting the high of day break, you can target that. And that's some decent room to make money. It's not too bad. And what's this bounce right now? Is it bouncing off VWAP or something? On PLTR? You guys would know this more than I would. So I don't look at VWAP. But for you scalpers, this bounce off a moving average or VWAP would make sense.
A 20 EMA.
Alrighty. Fantastic. There you go. Something to work with. Good stuff. 20. And the SPY. Gosh. You remember how I abandoned Meta last quarter or 2 quarters ago? I'm going to have to abandon the SPY this quarter. It's just not treating me well these days.
Will you be looking for a ticker to trade?
Yeah, it's called taking a vacation. Yeah.
That's a
No, it's
nicer
good.
option, or that's a nice.
Well, when your setup's not there, it's not there. And if it's not there for 2 months straight, then don't trade for 2 months straight. That's the reality of it. And I'm right in the middle of that right now, unfortunately. But actually, it's a good thing. It's good to take a break. And then I'm sure as we get into the third quarter, or well, we're in the third quarter, as we get into late into August, September, things will change again. And there will be massive trades every day. It's just how the market is.
Avi, you should take the entire summer off. I mean, it's not worth your time.
Yeah. I might actually fall into that routine. 2 months as a minimum. Just go around the world meeting people and vacationing. That would be good.
The middle of August, you said, Avi, when it comes back to volatility.
I don't know. It could be. Could be closer to the end of August. I really don't know.
Do you have?
Go ahead.
Do you have some fixed dates that you take vacation every year? That you know by experience that it's just calmer and not really worth the time? Or?
No, I haven't fixed the dates. I mean, there are times when the markets are closed, like Christmas and Thanksgiving. Those are it, basically, 4th of July. But other than those, nothing. I haven't got any sort of fixed dates.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually don't. I'm not very good with planning in that sense. I don't think too far ahead in those sorts of things. I like to go with the flow. When I start feeling burnout, even if the market's really behaving well, if I'm burning out, I'll step away for a week, and that's healthy. And you can't be there just because the market's there. If you're not all there, you're gonna make a mess of it. So I pay attention more to that than market stuff. Again, remember, you, the human being, you are always more volatile than the market. You gotta keep just gotta be super aware of that. Always be aware of that.
Intel about to break down. Well, it's at the level. So
It is. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's back to it. 1 minute chart, it still hasn't put in that consolidation, descending wedge or anything yet before the breakdown, but let's see. Could still happen. It's a key level right there. And also on the other side, the buyers haven't made a higher low, right? Just there you go. They're now just printed low of day. Now here. Watch
I'm
it.
in at 2075.
You guys, awesome. Low of day break, huh? There it goes. Catching it. Cool. There's your scalp. And PLTR doing the opposite, getting close to that high of day. Watch that break. It could happen. NVIDIA, nothing over there. Oh,
I'm in NVIDIA since
NVIDIA.
173.08.
Okay. 173.
Yesterday it was banging its head on 173, and in the pre-market it used it as support, so I marked this level. And I
Okay.
saw a lot of support for it.
Nice. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you observed it. Yeah. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yes. Yesterday, as you saw it, yes.
It's struggling now.
Yeah.
I'm targeting PDC.
Okay. Yeah, further up. That makes sense.
173.75.
Yep, makes sense. Right about there.
I moved stop to break even about now.
Well, here's the thing. You definitely got the level, I think. I would probably look at the same level, 173, where you had it was resistance, then it had a breakout yesterday, and just turning that was what was previous resistance into support. So, I mean, all that makes perfect sense as far as the level is concerned. You're going into chop, pre-market chop, and break of yesterday's high and PDC would be a really good place to get in long. That's great. You had the courage to get in long at 173-ish. Because I wouldn't do it
Yeah, I
because
hesitated for 2 candles, but yeah. I took the third one.
That's cool. You just got to be aware. Just be aware when you're getting into this sort of thing. Long down here, you're going into chop. I mean, just look at the left, right? It's been in this zone. So
I'm playing in the range.
Yeah, in the range. Trade management, you just got to be aware of those things. There you
173.08. It's
Oh,
S3 on Thor.
go. S3 as well. Okay, so there you go. It's all in the same place. Very good. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Damn, I wasn't filled. Fuck.
All right, fill it. It's okay. Hit the button and fill it.
I took a partial.
Good. There you go. De-risk it right up there. That makes perfect sense. Good stuff, man. You guys are brilliant. Seriously, that PLTR stuff and NVIDIA. It's amazing. Seriously, all the trading I see you guys, to me, is really impressive. Like, it terrifies me because it's not the way I trade anymore, at least, all the scalping. But you guys are taking positions. I'm like, whoa.
Should we take that as a compliment, or should we take that as we are wild?
No, it's a good thing. You guys are doing great. You're professional scalpers, man. Take it as a compliment. You're doing good. You're managing risk, and that's the key. And I've said this before many times, especially in the last few years when I was helping out with the bootcamp stuff. Every time I went into a session, I would always tell them, because over there, the whole point is to find a strategy of your own or create one. And I always challenge everyone there. Like, all right, give me any strategy, no matter what, and give me 1 quarter. I'll make it profitable. I don't care what the strategy is.
Yeah, I saw it in the course, what you said.
Yeah.
Said the same thing.
Exactly.
About RVR.
That's it. The magic trick there is the RVR. I'll just execute the strategy exactly as per the rules, but I'll only put on the trade when there's at least 3-to-1 to be made. And that's a minimum, typically 5-to-1 or better. And that way, no matter what your strategy is, you'll make money. So even if you're scalping or whatever you're doing, you build in the RVR. That means that you can afford your losers, you can afford losing streaks, and you freak out a lot less. And you're still stable enough to take the next trade, and knowing that typically you end up with 5 Rs. So you can take 3-4 losers, no big deal. And to me, that's really the kind of secret sauce here in day trading. It's not 20 different indicators and a lot of noise on your charts and the news blaring in your ear all the time. It's not that. It's just simple asymmetry. And I put all that stuff in the course if you guys want to see it. I got like a whole hour of talking about that. Flip a coin 50-50, but guarantee 3-to-1 as a minimum. And you'll see you'll make money. Even just on a coin flip strategy, you'll make money. So try to build that into your thinking and then build that into your strategy. And then you'll be here for a long time.
Maybe we need to invent a strategy, like in the market open, flip a coin.
It depends on which currency coin you're flipping. Don't flip euros. The currency is shit. Perhaps the Japanese yen. Maybe that one. Or not yen.
Flip
Was
a
it
coin today, long NVIDIA. 3 to 1, yeah.
You could. But really, I mean, it's the logic is so simple, and so once you have that in place, the strategy that you truly end up using, really make it as simple as a coin flip, as close as you can to that. Minimal rules, just very simple setups. You don't have to think too much about it technically. Then you'll save your mental capital, and you have most of it in reserve to manage your emotions when you're actually in a trade. That's where you need your mental capital. You don't want it to be all consumed in, looking at 20 indicators and trying to find a setup. That's exhausting. Forget about it. So those are the sorts of things I would think about. And that's just my formula. That's how I do it. Right. NVIDIA is stuck there. Tesla is stuck there. INTC now consolidating, perhaps getting ready to break down. Again, there's no indication of buyers down here, as in it could go up from here, but there's no indication that you should put risk on to go long here. It even made a deeper low. It's consolidating. It's not pushing up. There's no indication here as far as candlesticks are concerned. So there's
The
two
volume is the same.
possibilities.
Sorry.
Yeah, volume low. Yeah, no
Yeah,
worries.
volume is low on the bounces, so
And there you go. You have that as well.
Oh, NVIDIA tries another.
There you go. NVIDIA. Watch the
Let's
high.
go.
But be
Let's
careful.
go.
Don't enter here if you're already in it.
No,
That's
no,
good.
no, I'm not entering.
Yeah, nobody enter here because this is pushing and it's not consolidating. Wait for the consolidation of the high of day break. That's
Didn't want to trade today, but this is the only thing I watched. So it's really.
That's a good one, man. That's a very good trade. You pulled it off right there, and managing the risk is important. Let's keep an eye on it. This will be fun. So high of day. Let's put a level right there. It's failed to break it, and it's pretty what do you call it? Expected. It's expected. So you don't. This is already a big white candle. You expect it to get bigger? Nah. Let it consolidate. Then you have a good entry for a breakout, basically. And that's just on candlesticks. I'm not even looking at the tape or volume or anything. Just on candlesticks. Just relax with it. It'll come when it comes.
Okay, I'm at a PLTR. It is time for happy hour.
I love it. You're thinking just like me. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, PLTR went.
What happened? Let's look at this. There you go. So it did break through and hit that. Just about hit 160. Yes, very good. That high of day break happened. Tiny retest in the scalp up. Very cool. PLTR. Unfortunately, on a 30-minute, it's not the kind of consolidation that I would like to see to catch breakout. Didn't go. Well, there you go, NVIDIA.
Oh, fuck.
Now, listen, are you getting more volatile just because it's moving? You got to stay
No,
stable.
my target is 174.16 and touched 15.
NVIDIA, AMD, they're all shooting up.
Come on.
We got to put Alex and Mark in one room to trade together and just enjoy
Run on the walls together.
You guys are gonna shit, man. Open the mic and just let it go. Both of you. Oh, I love it. But wait for NVIDIA. It's just moving around over there. If those of you who are interested to enter, this is not a place you enter. Even in the last 3 minutes, you don't enter there. Wait for it. Let it bounce off previous day's high. Let it consolidate, and then you catch it when it's relaxing.
I'm trying to exit the position. I don't want to add anymore. My target, the last target was 174.17. Random as fuck.
You get it. And guys, INTC, there's your breakdown now. After that consolidation, now it looks more interesting. It just printed a new low of day. That's what's interesting. This is the one we were talking about in the pre-market. You almost predicted it.
And filled. One and done.
Good job. Congratulations. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Avi, the pullback on Tesla earlier, Like, how would you have exited that trade, or how do you read pullback whether or not it's gonna actually a reversal or it's actually just a pullback?
Here, so the way I do it is, if I found the long somewhere earlier, I always go in with a target in mind. So when it gets to my target, I typically take off 80 or 90% of the position, and the rest of it, it's on. If I happen to survive the pullback, I survive. I take off the position and stick my stop at break even or a little better. And if it stops me, it stops me. If I happen to survive the pullback, fine, leave it. And if I then find I'm in a position where I can add, which is, do I have the ability to move the stop in tighter, then I can add without adding risk, and I'll do that. So, I just keep it in those very simple terms, and that's all there is really. I wouldn't see this as a reversal, just based on the 30-minute picture where we saw that big double bottom, right? Everything bullish. There's no way of thinking about Tesla as a short today, unless a few hours from now the 30-minute chart sets up, something completely different. But just bullish in my view. So never short, and just when you're going bullish, you have targets in mind, and that's it. Nice and simple.
Okay. Risk management always. Okay, got it.
Yep, always.
Thank you.
You got it. What are you saying here, Shane? The room will be on fire in 20 minutes. Yeah, we're going to have to open a separate room. We call it the entertainment room. And we put Alex and Mark in that one, whoever wants to have some fun.
Come on, man.
It's so fun. It's great. Oh, man, you got to love it. Look, I'm the most boring person on the microphone. I'm just sitting here in candlesticks. Risk management is so boring. You guys are entertaining, so we got to have that too. We need a balance in life, That's very important. Good stuff. All right, what else do we have? We're getting close to 10 o'clock. We'll have a new 30-minute candle soon. Tesla is the interesting one. What about NVIDIA? Yeah, NVIDIA 30-minute candle closing. INTC, there you go. Look at that. This will be fun too. See this? Let's say INTC closes the candle as it's shaped right now. This 30-minute candle. What I like is it's a downtrend. It's in a consolidation, and it put in this tail during the consolidation. It's pretty much what you want to see in a consolidation for a continued move. It's not an ideal reverse hammer, but it's close. Pretty close. So keep an eye on that short. That could still be happening.
Already 9% down.
Yep. What happened on INTC? Anyone knows? What's the news?
Bad earnings.
Oh, earnings. Okay.
Like big time. I missed it big time.
Okay. Oh, if it's on earnings, then I would suggest don't watch the 30-minute too much. Just scalp the 1-minute chart, ORBs and such things. Yeah. When you have a catalyst like that, these 30-minute things don't really play out so well. Let me see what it. What's interesting here on NVIDIA is we can easily do a measured move idea and see what happened. Let's try that. On a 30-minute chart, it's very simple. You've measured the consolidation, which is this upper one, and then the target is just the same distance. So the bottom is pretty much here. The top is, just about there. We identified it. And the target is just about 174.63. You'd put it at 174.50. So there you go. Measured move. It's just that range. You can even do it on a 1-minute chart. Identify that range, and that's your target. Just about. Pretty cool. We've been doing a lot of this lately. Yeah. Very simple way to do things, Just sit out for about 5 minutes, identify the range. If you can identify it on NVIDIA today, it's not too complicated. You can see it where the bottoms and the tops are. And then you have a measured move. That's it. So let's see. NVIDIA's only done one leg up so far. The consolidation, one leg, consolidate, second leg. So.
Should have stuck with NVIDIA. Intel has put him to sleep.
All good. I feel like that sometimes I should have stuck with the Mag 7. The SPY is just making me retired.
Yeah. I started my happy hour yesterday, so shouldn't be even here.
Oh my gosh. Happy hour. You gotta love it. There you go. INTC new low of day again. So it's always printing new lows, pulling back. So it's these reverse ABCD patterns on a 1 minute chart. It's healthy price action for a continued trend down. There it goes. NVIDIA.
It's breaking out. Lower lows, lower highs.
Yeah. It's all there. It's all there. What do you have? Tesla back up to that level. Top of the 30-minute chart, you'd identify that troublesome zone. Again, if it breaks out of this zone around 313, 315, I just feel like there's plenty of aggressive move to be had. It is going to take a lot to break out. It's in a bigger picture uptrend. Again, 30-minute chart. It's in a bigger picture. Sorry, reversal. 30-minute chart reversal, which could continue for many days. So you're always thinking bullish when you're looking at this.
You know what, Avi? I was looking at like AMD, and I noticed it's at a high where it hasn't been since like going back. I look on the weekly or even the daily, like way back in October. Why am I always so afraid to like say go long on something that's at a high like that? Is that just normal?
I think it's normal because, well, you got to understand what is a high. It's a place where it's sold off from, right? It's firm resistance. You see that on the chart. So when you see resistance, you don't want to go against it. You go long below resistance, you're going to run into trouble. So that's understandable that you feel that way. And generally speaking, when you're working with all-time highs, you will find that things get pretty jumpy up there. They return to all-time highs. And that's when day traders, scalping day traders, really enjoy it. Get all these ORBs and scalping opportunities on moving averages, things like that. So just to think, go long straight at all-time high, I understand that. It's tricky. It's tricky emotionally. But on a swing trading perspective, that's another world now. People love that stuff. You're looking for a consolidation, a break of all-time high, and then you go, and you're not bothered about the 5-minute chart or even the 30-minute chart. You're just looking at the daily and the 60 at that point.
Oh, I see.
So quite a different mindset. So that's all right. If you're afraid of it, that's okay. You don't have to trade it there. Just put that in your rule book and trade other stuff. No big deal. Yeah, Nasser, go ahead.
Hi there. Where would you put your stop for INTC?
INTC. Well, based on the thesis of the short and the entry, let's say I managed to enter here. Ideally, I should have the stop above the consolidation. Knowing me, I'd probably put it here and I'd probably stop out. And then once this red candle closed and starts printing new lows, I'd call this the retest of the bigger breakouts. I'd enter here short, and once again, my stop would be above the level and then be into that. So I'd probably stop out.
2060-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've entered actually much higher, around 2070, where
that's
I
why
saw that actually it is the weakness that is actually going down around that area. Yeah.
It's nice when you can have a wide stop, you can survive pullbacks, but you gotta also build in asymmetry in your trading. Your reward side has to be bigger than your risk side, right? 3 to 1 is a minimum.
Yeah.
If you're not able to get that, then don't enter. So you gotta work on bringing in the stops tighter. And my suggestion for that is look at the wicks. If you're thinking about a short here on INTC, every time you see a wick on the upside here, it's telling you that's where the most recent sellers were. Here, and here as well. So put your stop above those previous sellers, as in if those sellers get overwhelmed, you don't want to be in this anymore in the short, and you're out of there.
As for the take profit, I've set it around 20-ish because you can see that actually level 2 shows a lot of around there.
Okay. Yeah, if you believe in that, I don't even have a idea at the moment for profit zone. That makes sense.
That's
20 round number.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Let's look. Sure. Let's real quick look at the measured move here on a 30-minute consolidation. You have the top about here, the breakouts about here on NVIDIA, and the target, just around 2008 is what I put it at, just on a 30-minute chart measured move.
Oh, I see. These are the Fibonacci levels.
No, these are not. This is just measured moves.
Measured moves.
Just I'm measuring this consolidation and putting the next level at the same distance. That's all.
Okay. And that is for the pre-market that you're taking it, or?
I'm just identifying a range from which it's breaking out from.
I see. I understand. Okay, got it. All right. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so Tesla firmly enjoying its double bottom going up. On that, you can see the 30-minute candle closed. The reversal is working. That's cool. Same with INTC. The 30-minute candle closed. Looks good for a continued move down on this picture. That's all right. What else we have? NVIDIA hit that measured move, isn't it, that we had in mind? Look at that. Ain't that something? Don't you love these measured moves? Caught NVIDIA, that's your target. It lines up quite nicely with the bigger picture levels too.
All-time high now.
Again, NVIDIA all-time high?
Yeah, the measured move was.
Was? Oh, nice. So
It's
what
not
is it
clean
now?
break.
Like $5 trillion company now or something? Okay, that's bigger than most economies in the world, most countries. Oh man, well, this is great. These measured moves again. This is if I was to go back to scalping and doing ORBs, I would do it on this basis. Just measured moves, and you guys have seen this every day the last 2 weeks. It's so easy to just pick up. The hardest part is for everyone to sit out for 5 minutes. Everyone struggles with that. If you can just do that, you'll be able to identify these ranges almost every day without too much fuss. And then measured moves off of those. You've seen it every day. We've had, 4 or 5 opportunities, 4 or 5 perfect examples. So not too complicated.
So this measured move is the first 5 minutes?
I just use 5 minutes just to be sure that I don't get caught up in that opening volatility where the market makers are settling orders and things are jumping around. Those first few minutes is the concept. So just use 5 minutes as a nice round number. The point of the 5 minutes is do not try and identify the range within the first 5 minutes, the opening range, and also do not enter a position within the first 5 minutes. After 5 minutes is over, then start investigating the price action and see if you are able to identify a range. If you're not, okay, there's no range, fine. On NVIDIA, it's not too complicated. Within the first few minutes, you have the bottom and the top, not too complicated. You'll be able to find that in the measured move right there. Same thing we've done many times in the last couple of weeks. But just because I say 5 minutes doesn't mean in the 6th minute you go and identify the range. No, maybe it's not identifiable yet. You don't know. So if it's not there, don't push it. Just sit out is just a matter of risk management, staying out of all the chop and the mess and all that stuff, and not blowing up their account. That's the thinking behind it.
So you measured on the 30-minute chart this morning or on the 5 1-minute bars after the open?
Today on NVIDIA, I just measured the range here on the 30-minute chart, the consolidation zone, and then that gave me that. But let's go into looking at it from the other perspective we've used recently here. Remove it all. So right here, if we were, let's say, right here, this is after the first 5 minutes or so, you could pretty much identify. You have the tops around about there. You have the bottom around about there. You would be able to identify it. So we'd use that as, you know what, I'd rather bring it in. What you want is the level that keeps bouncing off. It's very tricky. Let me think. This bottom here makes more sense to me because this is just a false breakout, never closed below. And even this candle didn't close below. So I would really use this wick down here. You see that? Let me take that off. Sorry. Oh, man, I'm making a mess here. Sorry. Let me get rid of this line. Oops. There it is. And zoom back into it. Oops. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So I think I would most likely use this candle at the bottom. And that's pretty much the 4th candle. And on the top, you have these wicks. You have this one absolutely up here. You have this one a bit lower. So over here, you don't have much to work with. If you go with these lower ones, it's no good. There's a lot of activity further up. So you just go with this one. Not too complicated, and treat that first candle as a bit of a false breakout. So there you go. An opening range. A couple of little false breakouts. There you go. And now let's go into the real-time price action. There it is. That's your measured move. That would be your target if you were able to catch the long. Right into that 174.50 zone. So that's how
aren't you using the wick on minute 3 or 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is way down here. And what you want is you want to be a little careful about identifying false breakouts as a level. That gets tricky. This is where it takes a bit of doing this. You want to use where it consistently bounces off. You can see there's indecision pretty much at this level, and right below it, there's a buyer there, and this is also a close of this candle. There's a lot going on right about here at what 173.15. This is very convincing. Up here, you don't have much to work with, so you're thinking these sellers are just about in this zone, so around 173.85. But let's say we did go with the wick. Let's say we're just being very simple about it, go with absolutes. We have the wick here, all right, and even then on the top side, we use this wick. All right, no big deal. You have your measured move. Now what you're seeing is you got the breakout, and you had one leg up. It's consolidating, and you would anticipate the second leg to hit 174.90. Nothing wrong with either way of doing it. No big deal. I would just do it slightly different. I'd bring it in a bit tighter.
Okay, thank you, Avi.
Sure. Yeah, and these have been really consistent this summer. Well, they're always been consistent. I just haven't looked at them much until recently. Let's see if Tesla made sense. Tesla, you see, you wouldn't be able to identify an opening range like we did on NVIDIA. It just didn't bounce consistently off one place or resist one place. It just started moving. So you wouldn't be able to do it on Tesla. But on Tesla, what we were able to find was this big double bottom on a 30-minute chart, right? A pretty obvious one that shaped up overnight, and then you can take advantage of it at the open. What else we got here? Oh, there's something we forgot to do. We forgot. We got to do this. Man, it's Friday. I can't believe on Friday is the day I forget. All right, who knows what the question is? Come on, somebody spit it out. Tired of hearing me talk on the mic.
Why did the SPY bounce off 635?
Yes, precisely that line. Why does the SPY respect that line? And who got the answer? Come on, somebody be creative. It's Friday. Let's get the new guys involved in this. Pierre, I don't think even you're aware of this stuff. So let's see. Why did it bounce?
Burgundy line.
Yes, thank you so much. Fantastic. Now my day is complete. Thank you so much. Yes, because it's an Avi level and it happens to be burgundy.
I thought you were going to look at why Meta was just chopping around. I thought that was the question. Why is Meta just chopping around right now?
Because
it hasn't hit the Avenatti line. That's why.
That's why. We have fantastic logic and understanding the markets, don't we? And the truth about it really is we all come up with so much stuff, and everybody on the world comes up with so much stuff. Why the market moves up and down and all this. And personally, I don't give a shit. I really don't. All I care is that it seems to consistently respect a certain indicator, and then that way I can use it. That's all I really care about. I'm not interested in philosophy, why the market moves. It's too messy to sit there and figure it out. So that really is my opinion on this. And really, with these Avenatti levels, they don't make any sense. I don't have any real understanding of why it does all this. All I know is that it respects it consistently, and therefore I can put risk against it. That's all. So keep it really simple in your head, and you'll be okay.
Avi, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
INTC has been stuck around same level for around almost 10 minutes. And as a scalper, should we exit if it's not moving well below the level?
Yeah, I think if you're truly scalping, you don't want to be stuck in it while it's not going anywhere. The whole point of scalping is you're playing momentum, right? You're identifying momentum, so you're going in with that. And when the momentum's not there or it's stalling, you should be de-risking, getting out of it. So that's a good idea. I recommend it.
Volume profile change when in top of that big old wick at the bottom. That one.
Yeah.
The VPA change after that. So I've been out since after that. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. There you go. That's good de-risking right there. You're identifying the opposite side of the market coming in against you, and you get out. Makes sense. Makes very good sense. You can see on the candlesticks also, higher lows, not a good sign. And when it comes to a retest of a breakout, you want it to retest once, nice and clean. You don't want it to keep going and retesting. That's giving you an indication it's likely to go through the level. So which seems to be happening right now. So this turned out into so far a false breakout. Breakdown.
Turned out to be my break-in Friday. I'm done.
Grab your beer. It's Friday.
Avi, can I ask you two questions?
Yes, go ahead.
The first one is about the levels. You mentioned that it should break them directly and not retest them, right? and it's usually a good sign when it breaks the level directly and moves to the next one and starts moving towards the next one. Is that correct?
Your voice is really muffled, but what you're
Sorry.
saying is you want to break out to be a nice clean breakout. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I said? I lost you there.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, just try to stay close to that microphone. I think we'll
Okay.
be able to.
So I was thinking, like, is it better to pass the level 1 and for good, or to retest it usually?
Oh, right.
What do you think?
Personally, I prefer to enter on the retest. That's when I really like to put on the size and the risk. One of the reasons is because of these zero DT options that I trade. It makes quite an impact. But also, realistically, the price action, you gotta understand what a breakout is. Let me see if I can get a good example here. We can really dig into this. We don't have one here. We don't have one here. Oh, you know what? Actually, NVIDIA may be a good example. Let's just say NVIDIA, you found the breakout here around 953-ish. And now the retest is happening. But you got to understand, what is a breakout to begin with? It's resistance. This level right here is firm resistance, and it breaks through resistance. Ideally, what that's telling you is that is no longer resistance. Ideally, it's turning into support. Those are the levels you trust the most, the ones that flip their orientation and are being respected in the flip. So here now, all you know as NVIDIA approaches a level, all you know is that it's resistance. Now it seems to break out of the level. At this point, you can't confirm that it's turned and flipped into support. All you know is that it's breaking out. It could end up being a false breakout. That's the risk about getting involved in a breakout. What you really want, what I really like to see, is when what was resistance turns into support. So it's come back now to this level. And if it confirms to me here that it's support, as in I find the buyers are there, the whatever indications I'm looking for to identify it as a support level, then I'll go in heavy. Because now what you have is resistance, a breakout of resistance, and now it's just confirming to you that resistance has turned to support. Now you have more conviction of what's going on at these levels. You're convinced that the buyers truly have overwhelmed the sellers and even confirmed it. And boom, off you go. That's why I like these retests. Does that make sense?
Perfect. Yes, it makes absolute sense. Thank you very much, Avi.
Yeah, sure.
And my second question was about because you mentioned about we discussed a bit about the all-time high. And in this case, I was thinking about, sometimes we can be a bit having, a certain view on that, either that it's going to do a correction or that it's going to continue the trend. How can you know whether it's going towards one direction or the other? Which are some indicators that you usually look at?
Higher time frames.
Higher time frames, yeah.
30-minute setups usually tell me 80% of everything I need to know. So just simply zoom out when you're confused. Just zoom out. And for me, zooming out means 30-minute charts.
Perfect. Thank you, Avi. Thank you very much.
Sure, you got it. All good. There you go. We're starting to see some buyers come in here on NVIDIA. Interesting stuff there, huh? Cool. All right. So about 10 minutes more, guys, in this session, and then we're into happy hour, which typically lasts about 14, 15 hours. So before we do that, whatever you want to discuss, we can discuss.
And he's actually not joking. So about hour 10, it starts with Avi getting out his guitar and wanting people all around the world to sing the song on a massive delay.
Let's try that again, shall
So.
we? Oh, yes. Fun. Man, and you keep egging me on, bro. You should be telling me, get to bed. Get out of here.
Dude, I spent like 5 hours with you guys. Then I went and biked. You were still on there. And then I got back on. I was on till like, I don't even know when. It's like, damn. Bunch of degenerates.
Yes, degenerate. Oh, there you go. NVIDIA, guys. There's your bounce. As far as naked candlesticks are concerned, perfect setup. Look at that. You have this long tail hammer where the tail is 3 times as big as the body. Tiny little wick on the upside, a little room to the left as well at the bottom, happening at a level. That hammer closes. The new 1 minute high would be my entry with a stop below the previous hammer, and you're going up. That's it. That's how I enter these things. On the SPY, if I see this, I'll be all over it. Exactly what Alkis was asking about earlier. Just Gotta watch out. There's a choppy zone overhead. You gotta hold your nerve through that stuff, and then go.
Avi, would you look at on the 2 minute and 5 minute on this one
And
for the for the entry point?
I do it on a 1 minute. I look at 30-minute first, and then I go into the 1 minute. So you can use a 2 minute, 5 minute if you like. I've used those before. I just prefer the 1 minute for the entries. You get much more precision, and you can use a tighter stop, which allows for a bigger size. So I like all that stuff. Tesla high of day break. Here we go. Watch it. Watch it. There it goes. Almost struggling up there. Looks like it's getting through that. There it is. There's a new break. It's getting through that messy zone that we had. Again, massive double bottom reversal. And then you're going further up on a 30-minute chart. Basically, just use 315, nice round number, and you can see it's an area of trouble. So I'd use 315 as a target. Look at that. A near perfect pattern. Man, can't wait to see this on the SPY. I will just load up on those contracts. Cool. Here we go. Tesla's going fast. 315-ish. Here you go. Look at the SPY. Imagine trying to trade this thing today, huh? The SPY. It's been like this basically every day for the last month. And I'm just grateful that my trade book has kept me out of the market for the last month or so. Because it's...
What you talking about? Mark took 8 trades on it.
Mark, oh dear. Let's see that screenshot. You know what? I don't want to see that screenshot. No. Hurt my eyes, man. Shit. Oh man. This is
man. I got cooked.
Oh my God. Please be careful. You're playing with the financial markets here. Oh man. Shit. Yeah, what a mess. Can see it every day. Yesterday, all day as well, was a disaster. Last few days, it's just no good for me. Last month. Somebody teach Mark about meditation. Mark and Alex, you'll both go to a meditation clinic. I'm not running it. No, not this one.
I'm taking Mark to India to an ashram.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you do the whole. Take him, and do the.
It's called whiskey.
Whiskey. See, Dean and I would do the whiskey meditation, but you guys got to do something else. Oh my God, what did they? What's that called? The a vow of silence. Do that. Do that for like 2 days even. That would just drive you nuts.
I always try to get my wife and kids to do that one, and they never comply.
they would never. They would never. If you ever achieve that, please share the secret. We all struggle with that one.
Might have to come to the Florida meetup and lock him out of his live account. Just make him trade Sim for 6 months.
Yes. Physically lock him down.
Yeah, there's no psychology. He's not ready yet.
There you
gotta force feed him. You will never catch me.
Something's got to be forced in this world. It's for your own good. Oh man, good fun.
He's a squirrel for sure. Here, there, everywhere for a nut.
But I gotta tell you guys, you should see the screenshots. See my screenshots from 2019, 2020. Oh my God, there was hardly 10 seconds where I would not be in a position, and I would be there for 2 or 3 hours from the open. Oof, talk about blowing up accounts. I did all of it. Same thing. So you just learn your lessons however you need to learn them. But everyone goes through different phases. Those screenshots are scary, man. I look at them sometimes. I'm like, wow, I don't even recognize that guy.
How long ago was that?
2019 when I really got into day trading, and then through 2020, 21 kind of slowed down a bit. I slowed down a bit and started to understand things a bit more. But definitely that first year, oh boy, yeah, I would always feel like I need to be in a position. I don't have the ability to sit here and watch it, you know. So that was, yeah, I was like that too, 100%. Whoa, very scary. But it's good to look at those things too. I look at them now. It's like, then you realize the progress made, and that's something to celebrate. So it's always good to have that, just for your own perspective. And this is not a matter of competing with anyone else. It's just about you, and you should just be aware of the progress you've made, and then remind yourself of what it took to make this progress, and then keep that going. Keep that same, whatever it's taking, all that mindset, all that health and fitness stuff, all of that. You got to keep it going. It's got you to where it's got you so far, out of that hole up to here. And so why do you want to sabotage that, right? Celebrate it, then keep going. Very important. Yeah, Alexander, that book is amazing, right? The Zen Trader. Yeah, now you understand it. Very good. Fantastic. There you go, Raf. On August 1st, you began your fourth year of trading. Congratulations, Raf. That's amazing. Most people don't survive 4 years. Most people hardly survive 6 months because they come in with the get-rich-quick attitude, and then they realize it's hard. Either they realize that they decide it's too hard to figure out, or they just blow it up and can't trade no more. So anyone who survived that already is a big thing. Raf is into the fourth year. Freaking amazing. Keep it going. Very good, guys. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Last couple of minutes here. Let me know what else is on your minds before I intentionally shut my brain off for about 2.5 days. My brain needs a break. Again, I want to take a screenshot of this Tesla chart. This is picture perfect double bottom. We've had a few good ones recently on different tickers. Really perfect price action. And NVIDIA seems to be working. You're getting into that choppy zone. Just hold your nerve through it. De-risk a bit, as in tighten your stop.
I'm in it at 174.10.
All right, there you go. Good. It's going to get messy up here at 174.50. Just hold on. De-risk a bit and hold on. Gurinder, no good with INTC. Went the other way, huh? Yeah. So again, this is a thing. I stopped trading like this. This is all trying to find a catalyst, some ticker with a catalyst, earnings or news or whatever. And then really what it's good for is opening volatility, scalping. And you know what? It's just too much work for not enough reward. You end up like this half the time. The other half the time, you get something. But really, if you really want to scalp, you can just do it with the Mag 7 and do that measured move thing that I've been showing you guys. It's not too difficult. I did that for a long time. I haven't even bothered with anything with news and catalysts in many years now. Probably since 2023, I think. So I don't think that's necessary, even for scalping.
Setup was better on NVIDIA, way better. I had the same idea, but Intel barely moves on a decent day, and now it's down 9%. And I don't know why I thought it will go more further down.
Yeah. So just let it go. Let it go. The setup was there on a 30, but it's starts to misbehave. You can't play with it. Just gotta leave it alone. Yeah. Misbehave down here. Yeah. There you go. NVIDIA. Yep. Obvious opening range, breakout, retest, and it's going for that leg now. And here's the thing, I'll tell you something about the difference between breakouts and retests. Typically, breakouts are momentum situations. You can see a lot of momentum going in on this. Now, when you have a retest, typically, it's not as much momentum as a breakout. So breakout, you expect it to go a certain distance, then come for the retest. Now, retests typically go a lot further than the breakout. The breakout here, you can see this big candle. That's basically the distance of it. You expect the retest to actually go to the target. That's quite normal. And so that's another reason I like the retest better than the breakouts. It's just more conviction to actually make a decent move, a healthy move without popping around all over the place. Just nice and healthy. A little bit of struggle along the way as it breaks the high of day, and then off you go. Nice and smooth. Small candles, easy to manage. You don't get heartburn. All that good stuff. So always prefer the retests. And I gotta say, the worst kind of breakouts, in my view, in my experience, are these ones on PLTR. This 1 minute ORB stuff. Talk about heartburn, man. Holy shit. Try and get in there and you got to pop, you got to scalp, you got to come back. And how far is it going to go? Then, just get messed up. You really like the 1 minute ORB? No problem. Look at the 1 minute candle, put a level there and you got the retest. Look at that. A lot further, right? A lot further. You can see that. Pretty obvious on PLTR. Same thing is happening now on NVIDIA. There it is. You can see that. The retest, much smoother and simpler. All right, cool, guys. 10:30. I'm going to shut down the recording now so this video doesn't turn into another Bollywood movie.